This video will be covering the installation process for the Aeratron AE2 Plus and AE3 Plus ceiling fans. This guide may be applicable to the installation of other Aeratron ceiling fans. For any questions or concerns, please reach out and contact Aeratron with the link in the description. At Aeratron, your safety and experience with our products is of the utmost priority. If for any reason during the installation process you are unsure or questioning the process, please consult a professional. This guide is intended for the use of installing an Aeratron fan in the United States. Now that we have all that out of the way, let's unpack our Aeratron ceiling fan. First thing out of the box is our hanger bracket, which attaches to the ceiling. This will connect our wiring, motor, and receiver. Next, we have the motor assembly. Notice the notch where it will rest in the hanger bracket, and being used in the US, we will be removing the wire hanger in this installation. The control receiver inserts into the hanger bracket and allows your remote control to connect to your ceiling fan. The motor housing to cover the motor in a very sleek fashion. Up next, we have the upper hub. This unit will connect our fan blades and finally made it to the motor assembly when completing the installation. We have 3 sleek and stylish fan blades that are extremely light. The lower hub connecting the upper and fan blades to conceal and secure. We have our assortment of screws and washers that we'll be using throughout this installation process. These are the ceiling spacers. We'll use this if the fan mount is recessed into the ceiling to get a flush connection to the hanger bracket. And finally, the remote control. It should be pre-programmed from factory, but we will go over this process just in case. Now that we have unpacked our fan and accessories, let's begin the installation process. The first thing we'll want to do is turn off the power to the main room or to the house if needed. In this video, we will assume you are replacing an older or less efficient ceiling fan and have removed it already, along with confirm that the outlet box is acceptable for fan support. For optimum efficiency of the fan, the blade should be more than 7.5 feet above the floor. Okay, now that we have turned off the power and confirmed the aforementioned, it's time to install our Aeratron ceiling fan. We will first want to install our hanger bracket to the appropriate ceiling fan outlet box, then connect our mains power to the terminal block. Typically, there will be 3 wires, black being your live, tan being your neutral, and the bare being our ground. Note, all these wires are ran outside of the hanger bracket. You need the inner portion to be free for the control receiver. If you are unsure, please stop and consult a professional. After connecting the live and neutral wires, we'll unscrew the wire cap and connect all 3 ground wires together. You can give the cap a little pull just to make sure it doesn't easily come off and that the wires are securely tightened together. Next, let's remove the hanger from the motor. Loosen the bolt on the collar, then it'll allow you to slide it down and remove the pin. Once the pin is out, the wire hanger should be free to remove. Reverse this process to have the motor ready for installation. Make sure the collar is flush before tightening the screw. Now let's set the motor into the bracket, remembering the notch as it has a specific place and lines up within the bracket to keep it stationary. Installing the control receiver is one of the more important steps to ensuring the motor housing fits on properly. Slide the receiver into the hanger bracket as far as it will go. If it's not all the way in, the housing cover will not slide on correctly. Begin making all connections and managing the wires using the loops in the motor assembly. Note, depending on your installation, all wires may not need to be connected. This installation had 3 connections. Before we put the housing back on, let's turn back on the power and make sure the fan is connected to our pre-programmed remote control. You should be able to place the batteries into the controller and turn it on. If the fan turns on, we can skip past programming the remote control. If the fan did not respond, check over your work and make sure everything is connected correctly. If it is, let's reprogram our remote control. Slide the receiver out where it is exposing the learn switch. Flip the toggle to the 0 position. Install the batteries in your remote control. Turn the power off to the fan and then back on. Within 60 seconds, press and hold the on-off button on the remote control until the receiver beeps 3 times, indicating it has successfully been paired. Switch the learn toggle on the receiver back to the X position and slide it back into the hanger bracket. The remote control should now be able to power the fan off and on. Next, we will attach our fan motor housing. It may take some wiggling and negotiating, but the tighter the fit, the cleaner the look. If it will not slide on, make sure your receiver is pushed all the way in. If it is, you may need to install the ceiling spacers in between the ceiling fan electrical box and the hanger bracket. Installing our fan blades is next. Place the upper hub onto a clean work area. Line up the 2 mounting holes in the fan blades with the 2 holes in the upper hub. Fix the 3 fan blades tight and firm using the 2 hub screws for each blade. Once all 3 fan blades have been tightly secured, place the lower hub into place, lining it up as best as you can. With care, turn the fan over, keeping everything aligned. Fasten the lower hub from the top side using the 3 hub screws. These screws may be tight. You may use an electric screwdriver on low torque settings, but be careful not to strip the threads on the hub. Do not use an impact. Finally, let's attach our fan blades to the motor drive shaft. Hold and push up the fan blades and insert the pivot lock. You may need to press firm and add a little wiggle to get the silicone sideways. Push the pivot lock into the shaft. Tighten lock screw securely using a hand screwdriver. And that's it. Now grab your remote control and enjoy your quiet and efficient beautiful ceiling fan that will become a work of art in any room. For any questions or concerns, please contact Aeratron in the description below. Thank you.